Hi guys, welcome back to Laila's Home Cooking. On today's episode I want to show you how I make lima bean and beef curry with homemade curry paste, and I'm going to show you the simplest way of making the curry paste that you can have all the ingredients in your pantry, in your kitchen right now. And so for the curry paste we're gonna need over here coriander powder, cumin powder, chili powder is optional. If you want your curry to be mild, then you can just leave the chili powder. We need turmeric powder, and I'm using a little bit of mustard, ground mustard. This is also optional. If you don't want to use ground mustard, you can you can just add a teaspoon of fenugreek powder, or you can just use a white mustard as well. So you can just replace this. Written ingredient will be down below in the description box, so you can just follow that. And we also need grated ginger and grated garlic and some oil, so that is for the curry paste. And then we need some beef. I'm using bone-in beef. You can use, if you don't eat beef, you can just use lamb, you can just use goat, you can just use meat alone, or you can just use meat in bone and meat together like I'm using. We also need some potatoes, which I have cut them already, and then just leave them in cold water. And we need some tomatoes paste, we need onion paste, which I'm gonna bring that later and I'm gonna explain a little bit more. We need salt and pepper, and first thing I'm gonna do is, and our lima bean, I have soaked the lima bean and I have boiled the lima bean already and drained, set aside, and I'm gonna bring that later as well. And then and I did that in the pressure cooker, so that you can do ahead. You can do even a day before. Soak your lima bean and boil it. Do not add salt or anything, just boil it and then throw the water. And then in the same pressure cooker I'm gonna go boil the meat for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna put the meat to boil in the pressure cooker for 10 minutes, and then in the meantime I will show you how I make the paste. Pan is heating and I have add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. For now I add 2 tablespoons. If we need more, we're gonna add more later. And if we see we don't need anything, then we just not gonna add anything. Add all the spices. Don't wait for the oil to get too hot, because the spices gonna burn. So add your spices when the oil is just halfway preheat. It was preheated just halfway, then I have added the spices, and now we're gonna mix, and the heat is over medium low. We're gonna cook this for about 2 minutes. Add ginger and garlic. I prefer to add grated ginger and grated garlic than garlic and ginger paste, but if you have ginger garlic paste, then you can use that. But if you have the fresh one, then I would prefer just grate them. Okay, now you can see now the 2 tablespoons of oil was enough. I did not add any oil. I'm just gonna add some hot water, hot boiling water. Add about 2 tablespoons first. Okay, add little by little, 2 more tablespoons. I'm just gonna eyeball it, and then mix. Do not stop. All right, 2 more tablespoons, and 2 more. All right. Next, if you want to make a big batch and you want to keep this in a jar in the fridge, you can double the amount of ingredients that I'm gonna give you. When you store this in a jar, then I will suggest to add a little bit of oil on top of the curry. Okay, so now I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of oil. Turn the heat off and just remove the curry from the heat so they can stop cooking. Oil is preheating, and I'm gonna fry these potatoes. I have already drained the water, and I'm gonna fry these potatoes. I'm not gonna add color or anything. I'm just gonna go add a little bit of salt and let this fry. You can see that I didn't let the oil get too hot before I add the potatoes because it just is split over. So it's okay if you add the potatoes just with the oil not that hot. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and let this fry for about 3 to 4 minutes. And the potatoes are ready. So now I'm gonna remove the potatoes from the oil and transfer them to the same. We're gonna add this onion. And then we're gonna saute this. I have already added ginger and garlic paste in the curry paste, so I'm not gonna add any over here. If you prefer to add a little bit more, you can just go ahead and add just a little bit more, not too much. So saute this onion for about 3 minutes. Add the curry paste. I'm gonna add all of them, and the amount that I have here is just for this dish. I'm gonna add some fresh thyme to this. I just love thyme. Oil is separated. Add tomato paste. Mix. And now you can turn the heat over a little bit on medium high. Okay, this is looking so good, and it is smelling good as well. Add the meat that we have boiled, and I have drained the water as well. Mix. My beans that I have already soaked, boiled, and drained the water. We're gonna add that. The lima bean is not cooked 100% yet. Now mix. I'm gonna add salt. Black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Give it a mix. And then I'm gonna cover this and let it cook. Time to time, stir it. And if you see you need more water, which obviously you're gonna need more water, then add more water until everything cook. But in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna add the potatoes. It's been 40 minutes and everything looks good, cooked. I'm gonna add some chopped coriander, and then at this time you can just taste the salt. If you need more salt, you can add more salt. I just want to show you how gorgeous this is looking. Everything is good. This baby lima bean is so pretty. They're so small, and it is just super delicious. Smells is incredible in here. It just like so good. Required not too many ingredients. It's just little bit time consuming for the meat to cook. If you just want to keep using a pressure cooker, and this will take like 20 minutes instead of 40 minutes. after you add all your stuff in the pot. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you did like it, and I will see you next time. Bye.